I would definitely say their breath, because it's such an indicator of where you're at emotionally, your nervous system, and I don't know that people have enough awareness around just looking at their breath and noticing, what's my breath telling me, and then being able to interpret, oh, I can change that. So. Well, probably that they've breathed their whole lives and they're still alive, so they're managing just fine. And I think you're right, you have, but there's also, if you really learn to understand your breath, you can breathe to thrive instead of just breathe to survive. And I think there's a very big gap between those two places. Yes, pigeon pose gets me every time. It challenges me so deeply, and I have to practice my breath, and it just is so uncomfortable. And yeah, so pigeon always. For now.
Maybe forever.
And maybe for the last 30 years it's been pigeon. Well, I say namaste at the end of class, despite knowing that it's a greeting and it's used typically at the beginning, like when you first see somebody. But it's so deeply embedded, because I remember how it used to make me feel every time I heard it throughout my years of yoga practice. And so I sort of go from that memory of, oh, I love every time I heard it at the end of class. It signified something in my body that the practice was over. So I still say it because of that, even though my head knows otherwise. That as a yoga teacher, I am learning from them. There's just such great lessons, and I've learned so many through being a teacher and observing. I think one of the ones I learned very early was like people pleasing. I wanted everyone to be feeling amazing, and understanding that you might feel amazing inside, you might not, but it doesn't always show on the outside. And I would try to read, or I realized I was actually reading people's faces for cues onto how things were landing. And I don't do that anymore, because I realize it's such an internal practice and I want it to be an internal practice. So I've just let go of that and understand that whatever they're going through is just what they need to be going through at that moment. And it doesn't matter how it looks on the outside to me anymore. I love when I see the connection between people. So the talking, the catching up with people. I think it's, we come to yoga for connection to ourselves and to the practice, but also there's that beautiful connection between everyone in the community. And I really like seeing that. Curiosity would have taken me to my first yoga class, and then feeling really good and not really even understanding why, just knowing it felt better than at the time there was aerobics and step class and other things. They were the other things I would have been doing for fitness. And yoga just felt so different and so much better and more nourishing, but I didn't have any words for it. I didn't know. And I remember there was one day I left my yoga class. It was up one floor. And I walked out the back doorway to go down the stairs, and I literally thought I could fly. That's how good I felt. And I thought, wow, yeah, that's why I keep coming back.